Hi YouTube, long time Transformer collector here, doing my first video review. What's compelled me to do it is there are a lot of G1, high quality G1 knockoffs out there now, and I'm not here to argue the pros and cons of knockoffs or if I'm for or against it, but hopefully those of you that want to avoid them will pick up a few tips of what to look for, and for those of you that feel that it will fill a hole in your collection for a little while, you can see what you're going to get for your money. This is a G1 knockoff Wheeljack. Cost me about £30, so I suppose that's about what, $45, $50 maybe, plus a little bit of shipping. And this is what you get. Let's move the figure out the way for the second. This is the box. It's a very nice item. Usually with the knockoff boxes, got a few. The card is a little scratchy. You know, it's not very glossy. It's kind of matte, kind of grainy. This is nice and glossy, very G1 like. And it's also one of the better ones for not having too much in the way of telltale signs. The grid where the image of Wheeljack appears on the backing grid is spot on. That's usually a little off, but we're only ever talking millimeters, but this appears to be pretty spot on. The font problem is still there. Transforms from race car to robot and back. The M's ever so slightly bolder than the rest of the text. I don't know if that shows up very well in the video. It's very noticeable in person. The only other real problem I can see with this box, the top of the image of Wheeljack is cropped. That's where the original fold in the box would have been. And similarly on the bottom, you can see his foot is actually coming onto the bottom of the box again. It just means that the image has been slightly displaced. But it's a good box, as you can see from all angles. Looks very nice. Nice and shiny. Got the original art on the back, tech spec, biography, robot points. Lovely item. And coming with that, you get accessories. You get 4 of his missiles. I've seen a lot of theories as to why Wheeljack hasn't ever got a reissue. I don't know if any of them are true, but my guess is that these missiles, as sharp as they are, probably aren't going to pass too many toy laws these days. They are brutal, and if you put them in one of the launchers, you get 2 of these. It fires with I'll do that again on camera. It fires with a reasonable amount of gusto, so that's good. And it works nicely. You also get tech spec decoder. Not a lot to say about that. Instruction manual. One of the better ones I've seen actually from knockoffs. It's all there. It's all very authentic. No spelling mistakes, which is usually a calling sign of the knockoffs. So that's all good. It also comes with stickers. Not identical to G1, certainly not from a layout point of view, but pretty close. The only thing was I had to cut the Lancia and Alitalia sticker on the hood so that you could still transform it, but not a big deal. The only problem is they lift in places. As you can see, this one here, that's lifting, and I can't get that stick down. I'm probably just going to give up with that. So anyway, there's the figure. In car mode, Lancia Stratos, lovely looking car. Good approximation of the G1 itself. It doesn't roll very well at all. It gets caught on Wheeljack's wings here. So yeah, a bit disappointing. And also, I don't know how well this shows up on the camera, his spoiler doesn't really meet in the middle. Other than that, pretty good. It's got a die-cast hood like the original. These stickers here are the only factory applied one, and they're very disappointing. They're practically translucent. They look rubbish. They're starting to rub off already. Similarly, the numbering on the door is rubbing off, so not ideal, but it looks pretty good. So there we go. So transforming him, exactly the same as the G1 Self. Now with these knockoffs you get tight joints. I mean they're so tight that you're gonna worry that you're breaking it. This is loosened up a little bit with repeated transformation. So basically his rear wings pull out, rotate his fists around like that, move his spoiler out the way and flip it down, twist his head round and position the wings, don't know what you want to call them, into whatever arrangement you want. Then you pull the legs down, and this is where this knockoff generally starts to fall over, quite literally. Originally on Wheeljack G1 you pull apart his feet like this and he sits. There's two little black pegs here. Pull apart his feet, and I don't know if you can see on the camera, they should slide under so he could sit back on, his shins can sit back on them. You can't do that on this because if you pull too far then the pins here that you can see, they just fall out, they're not long enough. So really he has a few standing issues. It's kind of like a drunk Wheeljack. So it's kind of pot luck whether or not you're going to get him to stand up, and even if you do, his shins are probably going to, his shin guards are going to fall forwards. But there he is, and we can put on his launchers. Only one in the cartoon I seem to recall, but we'll give them both, seeing as that's what it's showing on the box. Let's try that again. And there we have it. So there we go. That's what he looks like. Not a bad figure, not a great figure. I don't think he's I personally don't think he's worth £30. You might say it's worth £30 just to get the box. Another interesting point about that, if you do want to pick him up just for the box, it comes with the card and the bubble. Now when he's in car mode, this came loose, it's not even been attempted to be glued, there's no glue residue. In car mode he doesn't quite fit in this bubble. Certainly if you're going to glue him down you're going to have to really force him on, which is a little strange, but hey, at least you the original G1 Wheeljack, if you want to incarcerate him in a bubble and put him in a mint box, you can do that with this knockoff. Well, like I say, knockoff Wheeljack, little flimsy, little sloppy in the paint apps, stickers don't quite stick, prone to doing that, but I like him. Not the best knockoff, certainly there are higher quality ones. I'll do reviews if people want to see them, or if people find this informative. But it's a case of buyer beware. If you see a mint condition Wheeljack in box, sealed box, and he's going for £35, then you know it's not going to be the real thing. But what you will get is something that will fill a gap in your collection, and like I say, you might have a nice mint G1 original to put in this rather lovely box. So that's my review of G1 knockoff Wheeljack. And if you want to see any others, just leave a comment and I will do my